Hey guys, Razman here. Today we're making a YouTube background with Photoshop. So we're making something like this. It's your name along the side and subscribe or whatever else you want to write on the other side. And some cool effects and all that stuff. So first of all, just get into Photoshop. You have to download this template, which I'll have in my description. Then first what you want to do is you want to go Layer, New Layer. Okay. Then choosing something that might stand out, click on the line tool and just draw a line along the side of this on both sides, just so that you know where the black bits where your videos are, so you won't be able to see that when you put on your background. Next, go Layer, New Layer. Okay, make sure this is below your lines layer. And now choose the colors that you want for your background. So I'm just going to choose green, and bottom will be black. And now go filter, render clouds. It should look like this. Then go filter, pixelate, mezzotint, and change it from fine dot to short strokes. Okay, and then go filter, blur, radial blur, change the amount to 100, change it from spin to zoom, and change the quality to best. Click OK. Now take a little while to render here, and then it'll look pretty cool once it's done. Let's see, yep, there we go. So now what I want to do is make another layer, new layer, but change the name to highlight, and then just zooming out a bit, click on this tool here and change it to elliptical marquee tool, and now dragging from about up here, drag it down so that you get a nice line across the center of your thing, the background, there. And now clicking on the gradient tool, make sure this is white now, back to white, and the gradient tool, starting from about here, holding down shift and pull the line down to a little bit past the line. Now you'll have a nice highlight there, so that looks pretty good. And then next we want to add some text, so just click on text, make a good sized box here, and just write whatever you want. I'm going to write Razman86, change the color to black, and just make it a bit bigger. That. I'm now going to edit, transform, rotate 90 degrees clockwise. Now just grab it and move it to where you want it. So just using the arrow tools here, move it about maybe along the side about there. Now what you want to do is double click on it, and just, I like to put a drop shadow and a bevel and emboss to make it more 3D-ish. Click OK. Now you have to duplicate this, so just click Ctrl J and duplicate it. Now click on the bottom one and go edit, transform, flip horizontal. So now it's like a mirror image, and just move it in a bit so that it's joined to your other one. So let's just see that. It's about there. Yep. And then what you want to do is add a mask, so just this button here, and then holding shift, just click in, oh no, that wasn't right, oops. You have to click on the gradient tool first, now holding shift, just draw a line about like that, and there we go. Now we've got a nice reflection there, so it looks pretty cool. And now you want to do the same. I'm going to write subscribe on the other side, so I want to do the same to that. So just text box, subscribe, oops, subscribe. What have I done here? Alright, so there you go, subscribe. And now just go edit, transform, rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise. Now let's just make sure that this, or yeah, that was right. Just make sure it's about the same as the Razman. Yep, perfect. And just put it in the about the same spot, maybe about here. Yep, looks good. Now same thing, double click, drop shadow, bevel and emboss. Okay. Now we want to duplicate it, so Control J, click on the bottom one, edit, transform, flip horizontal, and just make sure that it's properly matched up. It's around about there. Then mask, this button here, gradient, and then just click and holding shift, click and drag, and we got a nice reflection, so it's nice. Now what we want to do next is add a new layer, and just go this button, rectangular marquee tool. Now just add a box up the top, about this big, and click on the gradient tool. You just want to do it sort of way. The first one has to be black, and your background has to be white. Made that mistake just then. And then you just want to holding shift, click and drag, so that we fade out a bit. There we go. So we fade out. And we'll do another one along this side. About like that. Then gradient tool again, and just click and drag. Just a bit down maybe. There we go. Looks good. Now let's get another one on this side over here. So just make a box, gradient, click and drag. Maybe a bit more than that. There we go, nice. And last one down the bottom. Now all this just makes it so they all blend into the black after it, so it looks much better. Gradient and just click and drag. A bit darker than that. There we go, nice. And now what you want to do, if you want, just go layer, new layer, and you want to add some brushes. So I've just downloaded some brushes off the internet, whatever you want to do. I got some nice, some here. I think I might use this skull here. So let me just get out of that first. Brush. I want to make the opacity about maybe 70 and put it about, let's see if I can fit it there. Perfect, nice and just perfectly. Another on the other side. Nice. And now you're done. So all you gotta do is file, save as, whatever you want to call it, just YouTube background 3. Then make sure you change your format to JPEG. Save wherever you want it to. I'm just gonna save it in my other stuff. Photoshop. Save. Now this is important. YouTube only takes 256K for the background. So surprisingly that's perfect. 255. Otherwise just change your quality so that make it lower. That'll make it higher. It's good, okay. Then you're done. So just go into your YouTube page, themes and colors. Delete that one. Get my new one, which is here. Open it up. Now this will take just a while to, what's this? Get rid of that. Take a while to do this. Just wait for it to load up. Should be almost done by now. And here we go. Maybe, maybe not. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Wait for it to load on the page. There we go. So we got some nice. Subscribe.